Hello, this is Jenny from Designs with Paper. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I have an art journal page for you today, so get comfy and let's get crafty. I have a piece of mixed media paper that is about 5.5 inches wide by 8.5 inches tall, and I am going to prime it with some liquid gesso. This is a Liquitex brand gesso. I think I picked it up at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, or heck, it could have been Walmart for that matter. And I am just going to squeeze that right onto the page and then spread it around with a 1-inch brush. This is just the brush that is always on my desk that I use for, well, everything. I am going to make sure I have a nice coverage because my next layer is going to be paint, and I want to make sure that the surface is prepared to take the paint without soaking it all the way in. And now that I have the gesso on, I'm going to go ahead and dry it with my heat tool, and then I will add this distress paint. I don't know what color it is. Hold on, let me get my paints out and check. So I think the paint color is Sponge Sugar, based on the mess that's on my desk and the mess that's in my cubbies behind my desk. And I am just doing the same thing. I'm just squeezing it right on the paper and putting it on with a paintbrush. And there's lots of ways to add a background layer. This is by far probably the easiest. I just need the pink color on the background paper because the napkin that I'm using has some pinks in it, but it is also a bit translucent. So we're just going to kind of make it less translucent. So I have this napkin that I purchased from, Charatino, I think is the website. I will make sure and link that down below in the info box. And one side of this napkin is just taller than my art journal page, but the image repeats, like it cuts in half. So my plan is to use half of this napkin. However, I'm not going to use an upside down bird. So I will have to take that other half of that napkin and tear it apart as well. I'm going to separate the layers. I only need that top layer. And you can see now that instead of looking white, it is looking like the craft mat I'm working on instead of, it's just kind of very translucent. So I am going to go ahead and just tear it here. I probably should have used like a wet paintbrush or something so that it would tear without damaging the image. And I did tear that bird's head a little bit, but I saved the piece so I can just fix it. I am using some liquid medium today. It is a gloss gel or gloss liquid medium. I don't really love gloss, but this isn't super shiny gloss. I'm not even sure how it came to be in my stash. I must have purchased it for something, and I found it in my drawer. So we're going to use it. The second piece of this napkin, I only need like that 2 inches from the top. So I'm just going to cut around or tear around the upside down bird and the upside down bird cage, and just kind of flip things around and add them to the art journal page with the gel medium or the liquid medium. Well, yeah, whatever it's called. And you can see that I've kind of turned it sideways, and that pink banner on the left side is kind of going in toward the middle, and I'm okay with that. I think it looks a little bit like a frame. So the next part of this page, I want to add some texture. And when I was thinking about the page, my plan was to add the texture before the napkin, after the paint, but before the napkin. And I forgot, but no biggie, right? There's no rules in art journaling, except for that it's your journal and you can do whatever you want. Kind of like that song, It's My Party, I'll Cry If I Want To. It's my art journal and I'll texture where I want to. I am also going to use some titanium white acrylic paint and add some other marks, also in kind of geometric or circles actually. I'm going to use this piece of bubble wrap, and I'm just going to add a little bit of double-sided adhesive to the back so I can just stick it right on my fingers and tap it into that white paint and just add more. Because why not? Add more. And then I'm going to take the lid to this, it's a Dina Wakley spray. I think it might even be a white spray. And just make some circles with the lid. Again, just adding texture. I'm trying to avoid the nest and the bird, kind of leaving them as my focal point. But again, not super concerned about being perfect. So my next plan here is to add an actual frame. I have this, it's a Pitt pen, and it's the medium sized nib, and I'm just doing a drag line frame. I'm not trying to draw a straight line. In fact, I'm trying really hard to not try to draw a straight line. I don't draw straight lines very well, so that's kind of easy. So I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of, and letting it do its thing. Bump over the texture, bump over the tissue paper, and I will go around it again and kind of not on top of the line exactly. So it kind of loops over and back from side to side and just creates kind of a border. A mild border like this on a page really encourages your eye to look toward the center without saying, hey, look here, like a neon flashing light, right? It's just kind of a gentle reminder that you're looking toward the middle. So my quote for this page is a quote that I found, of course, on Pinterest, and I'm going to stamp the first word. My original plan was to use the Tim Holtz Chit Chat stickers, but then I ended up saying, heck no, I'll just use my label maker because why not, right? But I did decide to use these kind of calligraphy style stamps to stamp out the first word. And the quote is, nature never hurries, but still everything is accomplished. Or nature never rushes. I could just pull the art journal page out and look at it, but it's been a couple weeks since I did this, and I cleaned off my desk. Okay, I didn't clean off my desk. I pretended to clean off my desk, and I put the art journal away. So I have stamped out the word nature, and I am going to fussy cut it with my little scissors here. You know, I laugh when I say I cleaned off my desk because right now I have probably like 8 square inches of usable space on the top of my 3-foot by 4-foot desktop. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay, so I have the word nature stamped on pink paper, and I have fussy cut it out with my scissors just to kind of give it a less visible border. And here's the rest of my quote. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. And I have printed it on clear label sticker with my label maker. And I'm going to add the nature word down with, again, this liquid, the gloss liquid medium. Liquid medium. There we go. It's gloss, but it's a liquid medium. And I'm just using that same brush that I've been using throughout this video today and wiping it. When I'm done, I sit it in a cup of water that's just shallow enough to get the bristles, but not get into the barrel of the brush. And then I can just clean it off on that microfiber rag when I need to use it again. And the good thing about a liquid medium is you can dump it right onto your page. So that's kind of cool. Now, I noticed when I took the backing paper off of my quote that it is way more translucent and you can't read the quote. So that was like, oh, well, gross. That's nasty. So I went ahead and peeled that off because I have black labels for my label maker. So I went ahead and retyped that and reprint that and trimmed that back down and added it back to my art journal page, and it looks so much better. It also kind of goes a little bit better with that black frame I added. So the next thing I want to do is add some splats. This is peeled paint, green, and squeezed lemonade yellow distress acrylic paints. I'm going to water them down just a little bit and pull out a skinny paintbrush. It's like a number 2 round probably, and just flick the paint. And I forgot to cover up my quote, but that's okay because it's label tape and it will wipe right off with a semi-dry baby wipe. I'm going to use that piece of used bubble wrap to cover up my quote tape and then just go to town splashing. The green ends up not being dark enough to actually see, but that's okay. Not a big deal. The yellow is subtle, and especially because it's watered down, and then I went ahead and mixed it with that green, and it turned out great. So here is my art journal page for today. I hope you enjoyed watching me not do things in the order that I had all planned. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate you coming back and watching my videos. Here is a close-up picture, or hopefully close-up picture, of my art journal page. I have also included a couple other videos for you to watch when you're done here, and a subscribe button. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. And if you know somebody who would like the content, I would love it if you shared it with them as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous day.